Hello, I'm Trae Zipperer with By Memorial Day, where we've made it our mission to clean every veteran headstone in America by Memorial Day. I'm traveling across the country raising awareness about the condition of our veteran headstones by stopping at random cemeteries in each state to show everyone what the veteran headstones look like in their backyard. Today I'm in Missouri, passing through here last night, running out of daylight, looking for a place to stay for the evening. Started seeing some road signs, and let me show you what I saw and why I turned off at the next exit. So I'm traveling in an RV and happened to see this road sign here in Missouri, Higginsville, Warrensburg, 1 mile. Never heard of either place in my whole life. Arcadian Winery and Brewery, beautiful place. I noticed this sign, Missouri Veteran State Cemetery. Wow, well, that's kind of right up our alley, what we're trying to accomplish here. Of course, expect those headstones to look pretty good because they're maintained by the state. Probably have some federal funds coming in from the National Cemetery Administration to take care of them. Trying to decide whether I should pull off and stay the night here or go on to the next exit. I see a state historic site. Confederate Memorial. Now, who advertises a Confederate Memorial in today's world? Following the road signs from Interstate 70, we've arrived at the Missouri Veteran Cemetery in Higginsville, Missouri. Now, By Memorial Day is not about cleaning veteran headstones inside state and federal veteran cemeteries. We focus on the private and municipal cemeteries all across America. But this is a great opportunity to show you the contrast between how our veteran graves are taken care of at the state and federal level as compared to in our local communities, in our local cemeteries and municipal cemeteries. This is how veteran graves are to be cared for honorably and with respect. These stones are perfectly clean. They are level, they are plumb, and I mean they are laser perfection. These stones are made of granite. You have two choices for a veteran headstone. You can have it in granite or you can have it in marble. Of course, that doesn't count the ground level markers. I'm talking about these upright markers. So let's take a look at what's going on in the local cemetery here in Higginsville, Missouri. As you'll remember, there was a Confederate memorial advertised on a road sign on Interstate 70. Turns out it's right adjacent to the Missouri Veterans Cemetery. So I thought I'd give you an opportunity to see what this is like. It's beautiful here, about 300 acres of park that was set aside back in the 1880s to care for Confederate soldiers, veterans that had fallen on hard financial times. This is one of the cottages that they built for a veteran and their family to live in. There was a row of these cottages. There were also large buildings that housed many people. The grounds are just absolutely beautiful is not a good word to describe it. As these Confederate veterans passed away while living here, they were buried at this cemetery. So there's a Confederate cemetery is why the monument was erected. It's erected among these Confederate dead. So this is the church. And the sign says, "Welcome, this is the way." I love history, love American history, world history, any type of history. So much can be learned, and these placards provide information that you just don't find on the internet, rarely in books. So I encourage you to read those. But this is the Confederate Cemetery. That's the Confederate monument that they advertise on Interstate 70. And as you can see here, There are about 900 Confederate soldiers, former Confederate soldiers, buried in this cemetery at the state park. The Confederate Veteran Home was created by donations at the beginning, and then eventually was taken over by the state of Missouri, took responsibility financially. And this monument shows a lion mortally wounded, and it says, "In memoriam of our Confederate dead." The road signs along Interstate 70 drew me into Higginsville, Missouri, based on the Missouri State Veterans Cemetery and the Confederate Monument. But in every town in America, you have local cemeteries, whether they're municipal or private. I've arrived at the city cemetery for Higginsville, Missouri. Let's go inside and see how the veteran graves in this cemetery compare to those that we just saw at the Missouri State Veterans Cemetery. So we're now inside the Higginsville City Cemetery in Missouri. And remember, these are just random stops. I don't research these cemeteries before I get here. Here's a Union soldier from the Civil War. Martin Kelly, company, looks like it's been broken off, of the 5th Massachusetts Infantry. Now you can see that that stone is not plumb and obviously has not been cleaned in quite a long time. So let's continue on. We've got a short veteran gravestone over here. Obviously this stone has sunken down into the ground quite a bit, at least 2 feet, maybe a foot and a half. But as you can see, there's no way of knowing who this veteran is without cleaning this stone. That's a very old stone. That's one of the original veteran headstones. It's a shame it looks in such bad condition, but this isn't any different than most of what we see in America today. It's kind of disturbing to see some of this, but this is a wake-up call to Higginsville, Missouri, the state of Missouri, and America as a whole. This is the, I don't even know if it's marble or granite. It's so covered in black algae, but this is a soldier from he's a second lieutenant. This is an officer from the Spanish-American War. Over here we have what appears to be, this is a granite marker. Marcus Rhodes, a World War I soldier. Notice this flag holder. We've talked about flag holders before. American Legion. Looks like an older flag holder. Didn't mean to rhyme there, but it's leaning, probably held a flag for this veteran for quite a few years until whoever was doing that became too old. That's a problem we have in America, is our cemeteries have been forgotten by today's generations. We adopted cremation after about 1960, and we quit going to our cemeteries. We quit honoring our dead, quit honoring our veterans. I mean, you can see these stones are someone's, this is someone's great-grandparent. I'm sorry, maybe great-great-great-grandparent. Oh gosh, maybe 4 greats. This is Stephen Bell, born 17th of February, 1824. Died 1900. As this is your great-great-great-grandfather, I recommend you get yourself out here to Higginsville, Missouri, and pay some respect and get this stone cleaned properly. The mowing crew is out here right now. So the cemetery does get mowed, probably taken care of by the city on a city budget. Here's another stone. This looks like a granite stone, covered in black algae, bird droppings. This is hard to look at. This man was killed in action, World War II, on the 8th of December 1944. There's really no words for this. This is not right. So we'll continue on. Here's a Milburn Daniel Lemler. May have been related. There's next door is Lemler, Margaret, and Fred, probably the parents of Milburn and Leonard. Leonard making the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. Yeah, this is not good for our country, and I don't even know who this is. It's almost totally forgotten. I can't. We'll just end it right here. This should be enough to get a wake-up call to Higginsville, Missouri, and the state of Missouri and the United States of America. I mean, it just continues on. These are all covered in black algae. There are no flags. All the flag holders are old and bent. So the generation of Americans who cared are no longer capable of coming out here. So we're going to see if can America rise to the occasion and do what's right and honor our heroes. I'm Trae Zipperer with By Memorial Day. Visit our website, bymemorialday.com. Follow us on Facebook, By Memorial Day, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on to the next state, but Missouri, you have quite a bit of work to do. And I'll leave you with one more. I mean, it only takes a few steps. Here's another World War I with a flag holder void of an American flag covered in black algae. There aren't any words.